In the women's bantamweight division at UFC Fight Night, you got Tainara Lisboa taking on Ravena Oliveira. So two relatively newcomers, Brazil on Brazil, in this fight. Lisboa is 6-2, Oliveira is 7-1. So it should be interesting. Now, Lisboa, 2 inches taller, 5'7". She's 32. Oliveira, 26. So you got a little bit of a difference there, but one entering their peak, the other one kind of getting a little bit older, but not quite out of the peak range just yet. Both fighters stand right-handed. Now, Lisboa, we know a little more about, nearly 3 significant strikes per minute, 1 takedown on average over the course of 3 rounds. But we're just really looking at one fight, and that was back in May of this year, where she beat Jessica Rose Clark. Not a bad victory by submission due to the rear finish. So, you come into the UFC, you get a win, you get a little bit of props from me. Now, flipping the other way to Ravena Oliveira. In the 7 wins, you got 6 submissions, 6 KOs, 1 submission. She did get beat once by submission, but you might as well throw that away. That was a while ago. She is on a 7-fight win streak. So struggled a little bit coming out and has been winning ever since. She fought for Liberty Combat Champion in her last fight. Before that, just a bunch of local or regional promotions, but she's won all 7, right? KOs and submissions. So that's saying something. But she's going up against a fighter in Tainara Lisboa who does have a few more losses, but came into the UFC and beat a UFC fighter. So it's really hard to gauge how this fight is going to go. I just believe Lisboa is the better fighter until Oliveira proves differently. I mean, Lisboa's not doing anything crazy, great, but when you come into the UFC and you're beating people, you got to get a little more credit than a fighter that's fighting in regional promotions. Although I know Oliveira is getting better. So could be a little surprise factor here, but Tainara Lisboa is the better fighter today and should win this fight likely by decision, but she better be careful of the KO power of Oliveira. That's going to be present throughout the fight, but Lisboa wins, in my opinion, to move to 7-2 here in the women's bantamweight division, UFC Fight Night.